Over the past few months, some misguided politicians have taken over the state legislature and have made divisive issues of the past their top priority, instead of working to create jobs, improve education, and strengthen the economy. Here lately, it seems the only time Arkansas makes national news is when these divisive politicians succeed at pushing through their attacks on women and families. Attacks like these only serve to erase the progress Arkansas has made, and they detract from our focus on the future. So my message to those that try to divide us and take us backward: your attacks on women and families will not work, and your divisive politics, all too familiar in Washington, do not belong here in Arkansas.
Today, particularly with some issues at the legislature, why did you single those issues out?
Well, I think we've had a history in Arkansas of Democrats and Republicans working together. And look, Arkansas is too small a state for us to turn this into a little Washington, D.C. down here. We need to work together. And what I've seen happen in this session has just been overly partisan, overly divisive. They've spent, the legislature in Arkansas only meets for 60, 90 days every 2 years for a regular session. Yeah, for a regular session. And, they've spent well over half, 2/3 of the session debating the same social issues that divide so many people that we've been debating since the 70s, that are largely going to be decided by the courts. And, it'd make a little bit of sense if you proposed a 12-week abortion ban or a 20-week abortion ban, but to pass both, clearly it was so they could brag about it in their next campaign. And boy, what a cost. I mean, it's going to cost the state millions of dollars in litigation, and the state's going to lose. Clearly, both of these bills are unconstitutional. That's why I think Governor Beebe, who's a moderate Democrat, common sense Democrat, was right to veto both of those bills, and I would have done the same thing. That's millions of dollars in court cost that they're going to cost us. That's millions of dollars we could be spending on ensuring our kids can afford college and ensure that we create economic opportunities and jobs for them to come home to right here in Arkansas without having to leave state after they graduate. And so, I think my message is pretty clear, that Arkansas is not going to stand for this type of attacks on women, on families. Arkansas does not want to go back to the past. Arkansas wants to build on the foundation Governor Beebe has laid in the areas of education and economic development. And I'm the candidate that's committed to doing that. Of the candidates running, I'm the one that has a history of bringing people together. And, I've got the respect of Democrats and Republicans. And so I think I've got the history, the temperament, the steady hand, the fairness, the ability to bring Democrats and Republicans together. Look, not all Democratic ideas are good, and not all Republican ideas are bad. And we need to look at every issue and say, does it make sense for the people here in Arkansas? And I think I've got the history and the experience to bring people together to get results instead of continue all this partisan bickering we're seeing from the state capitol this session.
There were plenty of Democrats that voted for some of the abortion and gun bills that passed up here that were overridden by vetoes as well. So, I mean, you criticizing the Democrats that supported those divisive social issues too?
I'm saying that attacks on women must stop. I'm saying that we don't need to go back and continue to debate the same social policies that we've been debating since the 70s that are largely going to be decided by the courts. We need to be investing our time and our money in making college affordable for our young people and giving them economic opportunities for jobs here at home so they don't have to leave Arkansas after they graduate.
I know your record when you were in Congress. You had a pro-life record in some of your voting. Today you mentioned attacks on women when you referred to some of those pro-life bills. Where do you stand on this issue? Life begins when you think we're able to regulate that?
My position has never changed. I'm personally opposed to abortion. But my position is the same as Governor Beebe's. I think from a public policy standpoint, it should be safe, legal,